The summer 2021 season just started like about 2 weeks ago, but I've been watching a ton of shows and a ton of them are really good. You know what? Screw it. I'll make a video right now. Last season I made it a little bit too late, so might as well become a little bit early and just be, ahead of the curve getting those views, you know what I'm saying? With this in mind, there is a couple of shows that I'm excited about but hasn't aired yet. For example, Heion Sedai no Idaten Taichi. Forgive my terrible Japanese. It's a show that Studio Mappa is in charge of. I'm pretty sure if you're anywhere near the anime sphere, you know how good Mappa Studios do the animations. You gotta get excited, you know? Jahi-sama wa Kuji Kenai is another show that I'm excited about but hasn't aired yet for the time of the recording. The thing about this show is that it has a really cute poster. Silver Link is a good studio, but look man, look at that poster right there. It just looks cute as shit. I mean, look at her. She's a little cute cat girl, you know what I mean? Everyone loves a cat girl. There's 7 shows that I recommend either watching or just give 3 episodes. The first show that I would recommend is Shinigami Bochan to Kuromaid. This show is about a boy who is cursed by a witch that everything he touches turns to death. And, this boy is just sent away by his family because obviously the family doesn't want to die. But there's 2 maids that followed him to the other house. Rob, who is an elderly fellow who is very senile. The second maid, Alice, who is the main heroine. Now, if you don't like Big Titty Onisan, you don't watch the show. You just can't recommend this to a normie. But if you're a truly cultured man, who doesn't mind getting flashed by your maid, that's an incredible show. And I get that it's CGI, sometimes CGI does look cheap, but I feel like this CGI is an artistic choice because it just looks amazing in CGI. Now, the manga probably looks better, but give the anime a shot because the voice acting does look good and the show just looks really nice. Another show is Sunny Boy, and Sunny Boy is a show that sort of aired a little bit earlier if you go to those sites. The thing about the show is just that it's very interesting. It just grabs your attention. The show is about superpowers and these kids suddenly just gets teleported to like some black world with superpowers. It's a great premise and you just sort of solve what's going on with the world, and these kids try to like make sense of the world as well, try to get some order. It's a very fun show and the superpowers are very interesting and definitely worth a watch. Something to keep in mind too about the show is Madhouse Original. If you know anything about Madhouse, they're a fucking premier studio. I mean premier. Like anything Madhouse fucking post is animated like gods. Madhouse does not miss, and Sunny Boy from at least the first episode doesn't look like it's going to miss. Bokutachi no Remake is a show about main character Kun who just keeps on getting L's. Every project he's in just keeps on getting pulled and he just keeps on getting bad luck after bad luck, and one day he gets traveled back in time to when he was in college. He decides to enroll to a art school and just does art things, make a movie, hang out with friends. The story is just his redemption in life, trying to just focus on being a better art student. Now, for the random person out there who has nothing to do with anything anime, you will probably not want to watch this because the show is those passion anime that if you truly indulge in the story, whether you're into filmmaking or not, you will totally be into this anime. But I understand if you're not interested in filmmaking. I, for one, am a film minor and I work hard on making films. Shit, this anime is very relatable. There is this one scene where the group is, trying to make a short film. Their script is looking like it's going to go over the time limit. The scriptwriter is keen on not doing any cuts on the script. He's very convinced that the show should be as followed as the script because it's the best cut that he has, and the actresses could just speed up the lines. You could just condense the film. I've had this problem multiple times in college and it's the most frustrating thing that any student has to go through. So if you're planning to go to film school, do not, and just watch the show because it's honestly a accurate representation of what you gotta go through. And please do not go to film school. I'm wasting all my money to go there and it's not worth it, guys. Vanitas no Cart is a Bone Studio animation. Now, Bone Studio is known for two things: great animation and gay animation. Now, if you like men, and I'm not here to judge, but if you do like men, this is the perfect show for you. It has a good enough premise for you to just enjoy the plot about some Dracula vampire shit. You know, it's a good show if you like men. I, for one, do not like men, and I'm not here to judge because I know that this show will be hella enjoyable for the random girl out there who's watching my video. You'll probably see this anime around just popping up in TikTok in about 2 weeks. Considering that is literally chickbait, and every anime fan in TikTok seems to be a girl. Black Market. Black Market is a show about this guy who gets isekai, right? But he is a Sigma mindset. If you ever seen those memes, this show is good. The characters are very, very lovable. Rimu is cute as shit. Kinji is your typical Konosuba Kazuma ripoff who's, you know, evil and why the fuck are you cheering this guy and why the fuck is he the main character, but it's fucking funny. And Wanibe, who is just dead center, actually sticking to his mortals character. It's a good show, it has a good premise, and look, it's a comedy show, and if you like Konosuba, you'll probably like the show. If you watch the first episode and you laughed, you're probably gonna love the rest of the show. Kageki Shoujo has a terrible rating in MAL, but if you've been in the anime sphere for a little bit, you should know that MAL ratings are shit and doesn't revolve anything about how good a show is or not. Kageki Shoujo is the epitome of that. The show is about a girl called Narata and Watanabe who goes enroll into this fucking theater school. That's it. They try to become like the ace girl in the school, you know, all that anime bullshit. But, you know, the reason why I recommend this show is one single reason, and that is Sarasa Watanabe. Holy shit, if you want to see a Naruto character, but like actually cute, this is the actual chick. She's built like fucking Pokushevsky. And I understand that not a single person get that joke, but she's cute as shit, she's taller than me, and I just want the best thing that ever happens to her. She deserves everything that she ever wanted because she's such a good girl and she's a hard-working girl who thrives her hardest, and you just can't get mad at her. There was this time where a senpai like was literally dissing her. It's like, hey dude, your dreams, you're not gonna achieve those dreams. And Watanabe was like just crying. It's just like bawling, crying. Like, you don't expect that to happen, you know what I mean? She's cute, she's beautiful, she's everything a woman should be. She's also 15, so keep that in mind. My last recommendation is probably my most, for sure, this is gonna be a great show. Shiroi Sona no Aquatope. That's a fucking long name, and I'm not Japanese, so don't judge. This show is about a failed idol actress who just starts roaming around Japan and ends up in Okinawa. The story is very, very good, and I know that the first episode didn't really give out anything in promise, but something to keep in mind is pacing and just wait. This show is a PA Works original, and if you ever watch any PA Works original, maybe the story doesn't make sense. Why is some random 18-year-old, instead of going to his hometown, to his mother's house, runs around to Okinawa and goes to some random village, getting inspired by an aquarium and just stays there? Now that doesn't make sense, you know, to a logical world, but it's a PA Works original, and trust me, by the end of this, I'm probably gonna cry, as it happened in all PA Works original shows that I've watched. I mean, Angel Beats, Charlotte, Kamisama ni Natahi. It's a good studio who does good original work. Look, they rarely miss. It looks like this show, Aquatope, is going to be one of their best PA Works originals. Just saying.